After some early afternoon rain, Mother Nature held off the cloudburst for the start of the 100-lap feature. Bad luck on not...
just exiting the emergency room here. Bobby, you appear to be okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You know, it'd be almost impossible to hit the wall any harder than you did.
Well, I guess you're right about that. I wasn't no sure if it was going to stay in the track or going over it or through it or what, but came out of it all right, I guess.
Can you describe to us what happened, what caused the spin?
Well, as I recall, we were coming up on a lap car, or slower car, and he was kind of high on the track, and I had to back out of it for a second, and when I did, the back end just broke loose, and there was just no bringing it back at that point. It just came around on me, and I brought it back around, but it just went, straight into the wall.
And you were trying desperately to unlap yourself as well.
Yeah, that's really the whole story. Probably if I hadn't had to run quite so hard, probably it wouldn't have happened, maybe.
Okay, he's okay. He'll be back. Bobby Dragon.
He sure will be back, Steve. And the next time somebody tells you that they don't wear seat belts because they don't think they work, we ought to show them this footage of this crash, because it is a wonderful lesson in the benefits of seat belts. He was tied into that race car with a shoulder harness and seat belts, and there's no question that they saved his life. And Dave Dion continues to show real muscle in the lead. There he goes, way high through turns 1 and 2 to lap a slower car, running very strong. And provided that hood stays on, and provided he doesn't encounter some kind of mechanical problems, Dave Dion is taking command of this race with more authority, really, than anybody else has so far. He's in a very strong position at this point.
Brock, this is the furthest south that this type of racing has ever been seen, and I have a feeling they've cultivated quite a few fans. 2 laps to go. The starter indicates there are just 2 more laps in this NASCAR North 200.
You got to know some guys down there in Dion's pit are crossing their fingers that hood's going to stay loose, and you sure expect that Dick McCabe and John Paul Cabana's crew and they themselves are hoping maybe it's going to fly out onto the street somewhere.
Well, McCabe and Cabana putting on a race of their own for second place. There's quite a difference in prize money there, so they're still racing for the dollars.
Yeah, and they're racing for pride, too. This is a big event. There's the white flag. 1 more lap. 1 mile to go for Dave Dion, and he's got the first NASCAR North Dover 200 in his pocket.
And I'm sure down in the pit area, his crew has their fingers crossed, just hoping that hood stays on the car and that all stays together, because he's within just a few seconds of winning one of the biggest races in his professional career.
I would say certainly the biggest race of Dave Dion's career, and who's to know where it'll carry him. Down off turn 4, staying away from that wall. There's the checker.
And it's time to slap hands and get a little crazy in the Dion pits, as his brothers Paul and Roger deserve a lot of credit for this win today. It was their quick pit work that helped make it possible. We'll be back to talk to the happy winner, Dave Dion, right after these words.
stretch of the 29. Ambulance immediately, please.
weekend for Milton, Vermont's Bobby Dragon. He scored back-to-back victories in races at Catamount Saturday night, and then on Sunday afternoon, it was on to Saint-Air Superspeedway in St. Pie, Quebec, for the running of the Molson 85. And there it was victory number 2 in a feature, all within a 24-hour period. In the early going, number 7, Randy LaJoy, was out in front, threatening to blow people away. Hector Leclerc was challenging. Then on the 53rd lap, McCabe went out with a blown engine. On the 69th lap, number 71, Bobby Dragon, goes up high on the back stretch and passes Randy LaJoy. Then, as we heard, go to the final lap, LaJoy makes a bid to win it, trying to overtake Bobby. But as they come down the final straightaway, Dragon holds him off to capture the Saint-Air 85 on the big track at St. Pie in Quebec.
09 has taken the second position. Number 7 stays on the money in the front running spot. Here they come into the main straightaway. And Crouch is going to make a move on 09. 48 going after 09 now at turn 1.
The V6 cars supposedly are at a disadvantage on horsepower down the straightaways, but Robbie Crouch is staying right with Kevin LePage, not only through the corners, but also on the long haul uphill.
Crouch going after LePage at turn 3. Look at this battle going on. 09, 48, and 07 really into it. This time runs out. This time by. It'll be a white flag and 1 lap to go. Meanwhile, the leader continues to be the Bandit, number 7, Chuck Bound. There's the second place man, number 09. Kevin LePage in the fight of his racing career, trying to hold off 2 top runners. Number 48, Robbie Crouch, right there in 3rd, and Randy LaJoie in 4th.
As your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place cars got involved with swapping the positions on the restart, Bound got out to about a 10-car length advantage, but Kevin LePage in the 09 has gathered him up, and he's back within 2 car lengths of the lead once again with 1 lap to go.
Coming down this time to the line, white flag, 1 lap remaining, final lap, and LePage comes after the Skull Bandit from Portland, Oregon, Chuck Bound. Dives low into turn number 1. Bound is there, throws the block. Back they come to over 100 miles an hour. They settle in to turn number 3. Through that little dog leg at number 2. Bound again trying to defend his territory with a good inside move. And on the outside, number 48, Crouch tries to move in again on 09. But LePage fends him off.
Back in the 5th spot, we've got a change of position as Claude Leclerc trying to hold off Bobby Dragon in car number 71.
Crouch in 3rd. There you see them to the top of the hill, cresting now, and now diving down at over 100 miles an hour, around turn 5, and then into the fastest portion of the course at over 120 miles an hour. The Skull Bandit, Chuck Bound, in front. Checkered flag this time, and 09 is going to go for it. Kevin LePage sizes his man up, looks at the hole on the inside. Turn 7, 1 more turn after this. Around they come, this giant horseshoe. Now they'll crank them to the right. Here comes LePage trying to make his move. Page goes to the inside on Bound. LaJoie goes to the outside on Crouch. 2 by 2, they come across the line. Bound will win it. LePage in 2nd, Robbie Crouch 3rd, Randy LaJoie 4th.
Here they come, down to the start-finish line. Crouch trapped behind the lap car of Randy LaJoie.
If anyone wants to get by that lead position any more than anybody else, it is Robbie Crouch, who's running 2nd place, but he's physically 3rd on the racetrack now as he starts moving to the outside of Randy LaJoie. And look at the man who's following through. It's Dynamite Dave Dion.
Crouch way wide in turn 1 and 2. And also, if there's anyone that wants to keep Robbie Crouch behind him, it's Randy LaJoie. So all kinds of things coming into play here in the final 10 laps. Stevens has once again got the 3-car length advantage out of turn 4. Here comes Crouch in the 48. Right on his rear bumper, Dave Dion in 3rd place in car number 29.
It's more than just a race for the $3,000 winner's check. And at this point, it is Jeff Stevens out front by about 4 car lengths, but Robbie Crouch to the outside of Randy LaJoie. The battle across the line finds Robbie Crouch securely moving around now to position number 2, and Dave Dion is going to follow through as there will be just 5 laps remaining this time by.
Laps winding down, and now your top 3 cars have clear sailing ahead. Crouch holding on to 2nd spot. Dion trying to find a hole to get by, as right now it's a battle for 2nd and 3rd as Jeff Stevens is pulled away once again.
He is again about 5 car lengths out. Dave Dion in the number 2 spot, running 3rd actually. He's just a few car lengths behind, heads to the inside of Robbie Crouch with the crowd cheering. Dion takes over position number 2. He's only got a few laps to put the assault on Jeff Stevens. Let's watch and see if he can close down the gap. He is pulling away from Robbie Crouch, so he appears to have plenty of motor.
Dave Dion with a nice move on the inside of turn 4, got underneath Robbie Crouch, but he's running out of laps now as Dion continues to run about 4 or 5 car lengths in back of Jeff Stevens in the 144. This time by, there'll be 2 laps to go. Stevens shows the way. Dion in 2nd. Robbie Crouch is 3rd. Those are the 3 cars cars in contention for the win.
With only 2 remaining, Dave Dion closes the gap to about 3 car lengths going down the backstretch area. The rest of the field streams by. Dion gaining momentum through the white flag out into the air as Dion crosses the line in second, and your leader is Jeff Stevens in the 144. A car goes down over the banking in turn 3, but no problem there.
Here comes Dave Dion. Can he pull it off on the last lap again? He's right behind Jeff Stevens out of turn 4.
He's diving.
Here they come down to the start-finish line.
What a finish!
I don't know who won it.
I believe Jeff Stevens pulled that off as they crossed the line, but Dion was right on the inside.
Joy have room to make a move.
Left traffic, left traffic.
Left traffic. What? And at the lines!
Dead.
Together. The gate goes wide, and that will bring out a caution. Veteran driver Prairie is out in front. The Dragon goes way out wide and flies off in turn number 2. Has taken over the lead. Deep into the turn, there's contact made in turn number 4 and 4 of the cars who are running in the top 5. Lassard holds on to the lead as we go around into turn 1 for the first lap. Well, we got a spin out and a crash on turn number 1. The caution is out. The Irish Angel McCabe goes underneath second. They punch up on turn 3, and oh, they got a spin. You're on a turn, look out. It's dead. 2-lap traffic. Joe Bessie leads the pack. Oh, gets it sideways in 3. Spins around 360 degrees on turn 4. The yellow flag is out. Favor either one of them to make a mistake. And the goal number 7, and there's a mistake. Oh, he spins out, bounces with Cat, goes underneath it. Kelly Moore now running 4th in number 47, and Chuck Bound in the number 7 car is in 5th place. Look out, right in front of you, 11th corner, gets spun out of the way. As John gets the nose onto him, and he and McCabe blow by him. Warrior, there's a 360.
And Ricker goes around. Contact made between Batten and Batten, unable to control his car. Duck on point man. Trouble now, down the back straightaway. Stuck Batten and Butch Chadbourne come together. Trouble now in turn 1. We've got him around. Liquid or debris on the racetrack. McCabe has a flat left rear tire. Randy LaJoy had problems getting it now. 28. Trouble now off the turn. Jeff Fuller gets crossed off. Now Greg Lazard and Randy LaJoy come together. King problem at Aube tapped by Healy, but he maintains his position. And the 15 goes around. And into the wall is the number 4 of left. And around goes Butch Chadbourne as his right rear tire goes down.
Mother Nature continues her assault on northern New England racing here today at Oxford Plains Speedway with temperatures hovering in the mid-30s and a brisk wind for this, the Buick 100, the season's opener for the Busch Grand National North Series. Billy Clark of Farmington, Maine turned in the fast time in the Busch pole competition at 16.482 seconds. Prior to qualifying, veteran driver Bobby Dragon of Milton, Vermont was named as full-time second driver for the Henry Shaw Budweiser All-Pro team to join Dale Shaw. In the qualifying heats, point leader Dana Patton battled Dale Shaw for the victory in heat number 1. In heat number 2, local favorite Billy Clark of Farmington, Maine won by a wide margin. Veteran Mike Rowe of Turner, Maine won heat number 3 in the O'Connor GMC car number 15. Greg Lassard held off 1987 Busch champion Joey Carafas for the victory in heat number 4. Pete Silva of Waterville, Maine joined the field as winner of the consolation race. In the Buick 100, 34 qualifiers formed the starting grid for the frozen spectators. Dana Patton started from the pole position. Billy Clark took the early lead and led until lap 11 when Dale Shaw of Conway, New Hampshire put the Budweiser Pontiac into the lead. On lap 13, 1988 Busch champ Jamie Obey was caught in a multi-car tangle. On the restart, Clark led for 1 lap, but Dale Shaw took over as further back in the pack, Jamie Obey battled frantically toward the front. On lap 34, 1988 Oxford 250 winner Dick McCabe caught Dale Shaw in lap traffic. McCabe took over as leader with Mike Rowe second, Billy Clark third, and Dale Shaw moving back into 4th place. 10 laps later, Mike Rowe took over the lead until lap 55. Rookie Dean Crystal held up Rowe. Dick McCabe took advantage and regained the lead. Dave Davis and Bruce Haley came together on lap 59. They spun wildly without bringing out a yellow flag. Up in front, Dick McCabe continued to dominate, but Pete Silva challenging. With 18 laps remaining, Greg Lassard and rookie Mike Olson came together. The top 5 runners got through the melee, but Dale Shaw was unable to avoid the debris, and that ended his run for the day. At the restart, McCabe took charge. For the final 10 laps, Jamie Obey of North Pearisburg, Vermont, badgered McCabe for the lead. At the checkered flag, Dick McCabe held on to win the Buick 100 in a Buick automobile. Jamie Obey was second, also in a Buick. Mike Rowe was third in a Pontiac, followed by Skull Bandit Billy Clark and Pete Silva.
Dick, an awful cold day, but your car was running great for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given it a shot in the dark. We made a last-minute change. Crew and I did, and it was just enough to get us by. We weren't what you call really laying over the field by any means, but we get the job done, and that's all that matters.
The Busch Grand Nationals are ready for the excitement of full-bodied competition right here at the high banks of Monadnock. The main attraction was a purse in excess of $30,000 for the Busch Grand National North Show at Monadnock Motor Raceway. The field was impressively pull away from the starting grid as Dale Shaw would be starting right up front with Stubb Fadden by the luck of the draw. Row number 2 is Bruce Haley and Greg Lassard. 3 rows back on the inside, Eddie LeBoy and Billy Clark. The best in full-bodied competition was ready once again, 150 times around the tough and treacherous quarter mile. As Dale Shaw would quickly stand on the throttle and start to pull away. Already a battle for position number 1 when Greg Lassard would challenge to the inside of Stubb Fadden. Bruce Haley had worked his way up to the number 2 spot as Shaw was starting to pull away from the field. Then it was Dick McCabe to go to the outside of Eddie LeBoy. LeBoy would try to work the inside groove with McCabe on the outside. Through turn 3 and 4, suddenly McCabe would get crossed up. LeBoy would go around, so would McCabe, as LeBoy would slam the wall, then quickly try to head back to the pit area. Jimmy McCallum would also be involved, as Dick McCabe's car would show the worst of the wear, but still be able to rejoin in the competition here. Eddie LeBoy, who turned an impressive 6th fastest time, would head to the pits with car number 18. And car number 47 was also heading to the pits for Kelly Moore. When it was back to green flag competition, Dale Shaw would stand on the throttle once again. Greg Lassard would try to hold on for second as Stubb Fadden would fight back and pressure Bruce Haley. Then suddenly on turn number 4, a right front tire would go flat on car number 1. Pete Silva, the defending race winner, would head to the pits and not return in the competition. Back up front, Greg Lassard would give him a run for the money. As Dale Shaw, for the first time, was dropped back to second. Sparks and smoke would fly. Then Shaw would move the Budweiser machine down low to try to take back position
position number 1. The two cars would duke it out, evenly matched off the turn, but Shaw would take advantage on the inside, but Lazard would not give up with car number 92. It was a real barn burner shaping up for position number 1, but suddenly Dick McCabe would spin, and so would Roger Godin with car number 59. McCabe would rejoin in the competition, and Godin would make him aware of the fact that he was not pleased by the earlier mix-up. Dick McCabe would spin and then come back in the competition here. It was then a new battle with Ed St. Angelo in car number 33, Stub Fadden being hunted down by Joey Carafas. Heavy lap traffic would be the story for some, as Fadden would easily work the outside groove to his advantage. It was still a battle going on up front, as Shaw was still holding on, but Greg Lazard was working him over. Then finally, Shaw would start to gain some breathing room and pull away to secure the checker. In for second was Greg Lazard over Bobby Dragon in third. Jamie Aubie was fourth, and Kelly Moore would finish in the 5th spot.
In all, 6 former winners in the field, and with the pre-race festivities over, 42 late model stock cars took the green flag for the 16th annual Oxford 250. Joey Carafas took the early lead in car number 01. First caution on lap 17 for lady driver Karen Schultz. More cautions. Then on lap number 39, Mike Rowe went around Carafas and put the O'Connor GMC car number 15 into the lead. Rick Craven narrowly escaped trouble on lap 74 when Dave Davis and Tommy Ellis came together in turn number 4. The second lead change of the race came on lap 74 as veteran Bobby Dragon of Milton, Vermont passed the 15 of Mike Rowe. 8th caution of the day came on lap 144 with wholesale pit activity, and Rick Craven, the young lion from Maine, had come from 42nd starting position to lead the Oxford 250 in E.J. Prescott's Buick number 09. Caution on lap 155 again for Mike Olson in car number 61. Caution on lap 233 damaged 4th and place 5th runners Rick Craven and Dave Dion. On lap 241, Dick McCabe and a lap Tommy Ellis came together, but both were able to continue. At the finish, it was Jamie Aubie in car number 41, the winner. Dick McCabe was second. Bruce Haley of Minot, Maine was third. Tommy Houston fourth. Billy Clark fifth. Rick Craven sixth.
Jamie, did you think when you got here tonight that this would be your second Oxford 250 win?
Well, we had to believe it. Last time we ran here, the car went super, and we came here with the idea that we could definitely win the race, and crew did a super job, and the race went our way tonight.
Did you have a special strategy when you got here tonight?
Oh, we had about 3 of them worked out, and we sat down and talked it over and decided we needed to take tires on. We knew we had to, and took them on early. The crew did a super job. We got back out, and we was able to take over the lead, and just went great from that on.
The ring start is gone. Lee Shaw once again as Randy McDonald and Bobby Dragon battle door to door for third. Bruce Haley works his way inside Dragon Pontiac, and the battle moves back and forth. Haley on the inside, Dragon on the outside. Moore, Shaw, McDonald, Bruce Haley, and Bobby Dragon. Now Billy Clark finds the low side of the 71. Dragon tries to shut the door on Dick McCabe, but he can't find the rail. From beneath car number 12, Dave Davis. And one motor in car number 12, Dave Davis, and that brings out the caution. One to go. Calvert, running to the tunnel. Billy Clark and Jamie Aubie head down the backstretch That's in line. So it's go Rapids 1-6. Bobby Dragon trying to hold up. Jimmy McGowan for 7th. With Bobby Data right behind. 2 to go. 4 down the back stretch. They head of the battle for 2nd. Shaw leads Randy McDonald as the white flag flies. 1 to go. Final time down the back stretch. It's going to be Kelly Moore. Moore in the Jordan River Chevrolet will win. Gary O'Shea, Randy McDonald, Billy Clarkson, Roby Choke, Roberts, Bobby Dragon, Jimmy McCallum, Bobby Data, and Greg Lassard round out the top 10.
McCain making a serious bid now in the number 0 as he moves under Joey Carapis. Carapis holding off that surge though in the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, the number 52 of Bruce Haley is still very much in contention, and Mike McLaughlin in the number 51 is now closing the gap. So you've got a race between 5 cars. It'll be a dash for the cash. And now coming around a complete lap 93, just 7 remaining. Kelly Moore, your leader from the start. Still hanging right in there, but now challenged by Joey Carapis. McCabe gets sideways and opens the door for Mike McLaughlin. The number 51 of McLaughlin on the outside, taking advantage of a bobble by McCabe. But now McCabe comes rushing back. And there's your battle for the number 3 position. 94 laps complete. McLaughlin on the outside will now try to challenge for the number 2 spot. Great action all the way around in these top 5.
Raleigh, 5 cars running under a blanket here in the quarter-mile oval, the Riverside Park Speedway. Look at Magic Shoes to the outside. In turns number 3 and 4, he is now taking over the number 2 spot from Joey Carapis. He has his sights set on the 47 of Kelly Moore. 96 laps complete, 97 when they cross this track this time. Watch them now, Kelly Moore to the inside, Magic Shoes, Mike McLaughlin to the outside. Able to go door handle to door handle through turns number 3 and 4. 3 laps remain. Down the back straightaway they go. Kelly Moore shuts the door. McLaughlin has under ideas to the outside. Watch them now. Kelly Moore down low. Mike McLaughlin up high looking for racing room. We have 2 laps remaining. Kelly Moore looking for another victory for the 1990 season. Mike McLaughlin looking for his berth. Again, a bid to the outside. In turns 3 and 4, the white flag is in the air. 2 by 2. They move as they cross the stripe. They head for turns number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. A final challenge to the outside by Mike McLaughlin. Watch him now. Kelly Moore down low. McLaughlin up high out of turn number 4. Watch it as they cross the stripe. 2 by 2. And it is a tough one to call from up here. Raleigh Jacobs. Unbelievable action here at the Riverside Park Speedway, courtesy of NASCAR's Busch Grand National North Series.
What a great finish. Kelly Moore, the leader from the start, almost losing it at the very end, but the victory goes to Kelly Moore.
Stubby Batten slowing on the back straightaway. And the North Haverhill, New Hampshire veteran gone into the pit area. Batten out of it. They have a full straightaway to play with here on the rear of the next pack of slower cars. Pretty clear sailing here for a few laps as they come to the stripe, completing lap number 120. Craven, look at the power underneath. Ricky Craven on the inside of Mike Rowe. What a move by Craven. We've got a new race leader. Rowe looked low going into the corner. Can he pull it underneath the number 25? No. Craven outmotors him out of turn number 2. He was the early race leader, yielded the lead on lap number 26, and took over on lap number 121. 5 to go. 5 more laps for the number 25. the stripe. McCabe closing on Rowe. That's your race right now for the number 2 position. Dick McCabe right up behind Mike Rowe. Rowe led it lap 26 through 121. Here's McCabe looking low down the back chute. McCabe trying to power underneath. The O'Connor GMC, number 15. Rowe, the KGO veteran, able to hold him off. There'll be 2 to go now. 2 laps to go for Ricky Craven. And that race for second spot continues. Rowe and McCabe. McCabe now trying to pull it to the outside. Rowe outmotors him out of 2. The white flag. 1 more lap to go in the Bud 150. Rowe right on the rear bumper. Or rather, McCabe on the rear bumper of Rowe. As they make their final pass down the start-finish line is McCabe. McCabe looking low once again. And again, Rowe shuts the door. Heading into turn number 3. Craven wins it. The race for second, it will go to Rowe. McCabe finishes in third.
By lap 12, Craven began to lap back markers, and veteran Mike Rowe of Turner, Maine had moved into second place, followed by Kelly Moore, Joe Bessie, Ron Lamell, Ken Bouchard, and Joey Carafas. The first caution period of the day came when Joe Bessie spun along with Jimmy Fields and Tony Sylvester. During the caution, leader Rick Craven pitted, as did Joe Bessie, Ron Lamell, Ken Bouchard, and Dale Shaw. Mike Rowe took over at the front on lap 21, and back under green, Rowe furiously swapped the lead with Kelly Moore in car number 47. The second caution of the day came on lap 38 as Lloyd Gilly backed car number 39 into the wall. That car was heavily damaged, and Gilly was out for the day. During the caution, many of the top cars were in for service, and defending Busch Grand National North champion Jamie Obey received a 15-second penalty for overshooting his pit area. Several teams reported tire blistering in the early going, and NASCAR then allowed unlimited tire changing. We talked to leader Rick Craven's crew chief about his tire situation.
I really don't think so. We're running pretty good. Speedy oil change and tune-up lumen is hooked up good today. And if we keep getting cautions like this, I think we can spend the rest of the day out there.
By lap 50, Joe Bessie had taken the lead with Rick Craven, Ron Lamell, Ken Bouchard, and Dale Shaw following. The third caution of the day came on lap 55 for an incident that damaged the racers of Stub Fadden, Mike Rowe, Joey Carafas, Dave Davis, and Wayne Hellewell. During the lengthy caution period, front-runner Kelly Moore pitted with a problem under the hood. Back under green, Rick Craven regained the lead and led the field from lap 65 until lap 86 when Joe Bessie moved under Craven for the lead. On lap 96, Ken Bouchard moved under Ron Lamell to claim third place. Caution on lap number 99 for debris on the speedway bunched the field with Joe Bessie the leader. Rick Craven faded from second to fifth on the restart. And on lap 109, Craven moved under Ken Bouchard to challenge for third place. Bouchard and Craven bumped, spinning Bouchard and bringing out the fifth caution of the event. During the caution period, both Craven and Bouchard pitted, and Bouchard vented his displeasure with Rick Craven. On the restart, it was Joe Bessie, followed by Mike McLaughlin, Jamie Obey, Johnny Ling Jr., and Tony Hirschman. Caution bunched the field again on lap 118 when Glenn Sullivan spun car number 87 in turn 2. And when the green flag flew on lap 122, Joe Bessie of Scarborough, Maine fought off the final challenge by Mike McLaughlin for his first victory at New Hampshire International Speedway. Mike McLaughlin of Waterloo, New York was second. Jamie Obey of North Ferrisburg, Vermont was third. Fourth place went to Donnie Ling Jr. of Brick, New Jersey. Fifth place went to Tony Hirschman of Northampton, Pennsylvania. Mike Rowe, Ricky Craven, Dick McCabe, Kelly Moore, and Dale Shaw rounded out the top 10.
The caution would come out and change all of that, but back in the front of the field, there was no caution here. Just great racing. Kelly Moore and Hirschman were duking it out for position number 6. Billy Clark was sitting in the 5th spot. Meanwhile, Bobby Gator was bouncing around a bit with Stub Fadden. Ricky Miller would take the low road, then come back out on the high road. That was almost a costly move by him. Jeff Spraker would make it by. Dragon would be okay with car number 71, and Ron Lamell was stuck right there in the middle of things as Dion would spin to the inside. Miller would would spin on the outside of the racing surface. That would tighten things back up once again, and Joey Carafas looked good in the start as Ricky Craven would try to fight back. Bessie got bounced around a bit. McCabe and Moore were also considered main factors here, but the speedy number 25 for Craven was the leader once again, and the battle was still on for position number 2. Carafas on the high side. Further back, Kenny Bouchard was running exceptionally strong with the ADAP number 72. Moore was down underneath Bessie to challenge for the number 3 spot, when suddenly it was Moore who picked up the position, dropping Bessie back to 4. Bobby Gator would have a tough day, and he would spin with car number 36, and that would tighten things back up. Then suddenly smoke would develop from beneath the number 9. The Bessie automobile had some type of mechanical problem. He'd have to go to the pits, then have to work his way back to the thick of things. On the restart, Kelly Moore, one of the toughest, with Ricky Craven, would duke it out for position number 1. Joey Carafas was watching all of this happen directly in front of him as these two would swap paint, bounce around a bit. Carafas now had position number 2. Meanwhile, Kelly Moore, Dick McCabe, and Kenny Bouchard are really putting on a show, dicing it up for position here. Kenny Bouchard then would make a bold, aggressive move to the outside of Moore. Suddenly, Joey Carafas, with some help, would go spinning with car number 01. Carafas was a strong contender for the victory. Then Mike Rowe would tuck it down low beneath Craven. He'd put the pressure on. Time was starting to run out. Craven was still the man in command up front, but Rowe was really starting to work him over. Lap traffic would tell the story. Mike Rowe would go in deeper than most, and the Fisher Plows, number 15, had now taken over position number 1. It was Mike Rowe who was the star of this show. Craven had to settle for second for a while, and Kelly Moore was in the 3rd spot. Dick McCabe and Billy Clark were not far behind. 3 wide the story. Dion, the lapped automobile. McCabe wouldn't give up any extra room on the racetrack. But still, the battle was on, with the white flag out, less than 1 circuit to go for position number 1. It was Craven who wanted the lead back desperately, but there was no doubt about it that it was Mike Rowe who earned the number 1 spot and wasn't going to give it up with ease. Checkered flag was out. It was Mike Rowe to take down the victory. Ricky Craven in for 2nd. Kelly Moore was 3rd. Dick McCabe for 4th. And Billy Clark to round out the top 5. 6th through 10th was Tony Hirschman over Donnie Ling, Ron Lamell, Pete Daniels, and Joey Carafas.
Car on the main straightaway, and it's 10 laps to go. 140 laps have been completed. 10 laps to go as the leaders come by and head into turn number 1 and 2. Ricky Craven up in front, car number 25. The 98 of Ron Lamell back in the 2nd position, while Billy Clark runs 3rd and 7, and Stubb Fadden runs 4th, car number 16. With 9 laps to go, we're taking a look at the distance between the lead car and lap traffic and the differential in speeds between these two. There is the distinct possibility that lap cars could play a role in the finish of this event. Craven still leads it with car number 25 as he's opened up about an 8-car gap between himself and the 98 of Ron Lamell. And then it's back to Billy Clark with car number 7, and then back to Stubb Fadden in number 16. It's going to be 5 to go the next time by. The lead car on the main straightaway and gets a fistful of fingers indicating 5 laps to go. Kelly Moore and Mike Rowe still engaged in that battle for the 5th position. Lead car, number 25, Ricky Craven. Ron Lamell holding the 2nd spot. Billy Clark settled into 3rd. And then the battle for 4th between Kelly Moore and car number 47. And Stubb Fadden's up there in 4th. And then the battle for 5th between the 47 of Kelly Moore and the 15 of Mike Rowe. And that one still remains to be decided. The lead car working its way through turns number 3 and 4, out of the 4th turn, onto the main straightaway, and it's 2 laps to go, 2 more times around. Ricky Craven up in front, Ron Lamell back in the 2nd spot, Billy Clark 3rd, Stubb Fadden runs 4th with 2 laps to go. The lead car moving out of that 4th turn onto the main straightaway. The white flag flies for 25, Ricky Craven. Craven in front, Lamell is 2nd, and Clark 3rd as they take the 1 to go signal on the flag stand. The lead car down the back chute into turn number 3 and 4. Out of the 4th turn onto the main straightaway. Home for the checkers, number 25, Ricky Craven. Craven the winner. Lamell is second. Let's watch this battle for 5th. They come off that 4th turn on the main straightaway, and it's Kelly Moore home for the 5th spot. Mike Rowe finishes 6th in car number 16 in a tough-fought battle all the way.
Rick, looks like we're just about ready to get underway as they come off the turn. Tony Sylvester puts the throttle down. Billy Clark pulls up alongside, and the two of them come together. Sylvester is able to hang on. Clark slides down through the infield, and we'll see if he is able to restart that car or not. Right now, the caution light is out on the racetrack.
Here's the battle for 5th and 6th. A pirouette spin. No risk in. As now the 39 of Gilly goes spinning through the infield. No real damage on there. We'll see if there's going to be a caution. Going to get it back behind the wall here on lap number 32. What a difference a week can make. Dick McCabe was the star of the show a week ago. He was the star of the show for 18 circuits up front. And now suddenly Lady Luck has changed all of that. We've got more problems this time. It is very involved.
Bob Burnell in car number 17 also involved.
One of the leaders. We've got a car spinning. Bannock chooses the low road. Bouchard involved in the melee. With no place to go, Kelly Moore is involved in the 15 of Mike Rowe. Kenny Bouchard's bad luck continues. He becomes a victim of circumstances in the ADAP Auto Palace team, and Kelly Moore's car shows the worst of the wear, too. Car number 47.
What a tough break for 3 of the top contenders in this event. Kelly Moore in the 47, Kenny Bouchard in the 72, Mike Rowe in car number 15. Correct.
Makes contact, and we go to caution on lap 82. Oh yes, now Kelly Moore goes spinning down the front straightaway. Mike Stefanik gets the worst of it too, and a fire on the racetrack. That's the Roger Godin machine up in flames. See if Godin can... Speedway Safety Services right on the scene. Gets out of his automobile.
I was watching turns 1 and 2 and seeing the action going on there, so I didn't see that one. I don't know if you caught it, Mark, but...
all I saw was Godin's car turn around the way it is. The next thing, a plume of flame coming up from the rear of the automobile.
140 down, 10 to go. 10 laps. Stub Batten in gingerly through 2. Gate is second. Here's McLaughlin making a good run on Dale Shaw. Plenty of racing room. No cars. McLaughlin down inside Shaw. He's got 3rd. McLaughlin turning it loose. Shaw coming after him. Here's your leader around the Obi car. Batten saving the tires. Gaeta closing in. McLaughlin, Shaw, and Hirschman. It looks like Batten is nursing that car just a little bit. Here comes Gaeta. Here comes McLaughlin and Shaw. The youngsters are chasing down the veteran through traffic around Barney McRae. 6 laps remain. 6 to go, and it looks like McFadden may be having trouble with that race car. Gaeta's going to have to protect his flank. Here comes McLaughlin. McLaughlin tries the inside on Gaeta. 5 laps left. Shaw into the side of McLaughlin and turns him around. McLaughlin on the gas. Still with tires spinning. Caution flag comes out. We may finish this one under caution. We
could have a one-lap shootout. Everybody getting doubled up. It's going to be a wild finish. Can Stanley hold off the charging Bagata? He's got bumper-thumping Dale Shaw behind him and a hungry Hirschman on the other bumper. Here they come. Pace car's out of the way. Batten takes them high. It's going to be 149 coming down to take it. Batten. Green, white, and checkers. Green, white, and checker. Here's Batten, Gata, and Shaw. Look out as they get all backed up. Shaw bangs on Gata. McCabe turns Gata around. Rowe hits him. Everybody's bumping and bumping. And Stuff Batten runs away with it. Here he is. It's Batten. Shaw. Rowe. McCabe. And more. What a finish. Holy moly, bumping and bumping, and the old veteran holds on. Stuff Batten picks up the checkered flag.
10 laps to go this time by. In the 41, McLaughlin in the 51, Dave Dion in the 29, Tony Hirschman in the 1. That's the top 5. Robbie Crouch desperately trying to hold off Jamie Obey. Obey is a lap car. This is not a battle for the lead. We have definite word from scoring. Joe Bessie spinning. Bessie spins at the top of the stretch. And Crouch almost got nailed by Bessie. It'll be 1 to go this time by for Robbie Crouch. White is out. 1 to go for Crouch. Speedway, the fans starting to come to the feet. Robbie Crouch comes off turn 4 and waits the star 150.
Field drifts up a little high out of turn 1. Here comes Branscombe in the 31 trying to make it 3 wide, but Caruso shuts the door. Now Caruso gets sideways, goes around, as does the one of Tony Hirschman. Marquis running in the 3rd spot. How about that one? Contact between the 39 and the 34. Marquis, who knows this track better than anybody, is on the inside. And car 34, Glenn Sullivan into the first turn wall.
Dave in car number 0, running in the 2nd spot. Trouble now on turn number 4.
Truex gets sideways and costs him, and around he goes. Trouble now. gets creamed while heading back into the infield. Oh, trouble now. McLaughlin gets into Mike Rowe, and that ends a good run for both of them. They come back out.
Field closes in behind the Branscombe car. Hirschman with the lead. Moore in second. Third is Crouch. Then it's McLaughlin and Dragon as they head into turn 2 and work around the lap car. 131 laps in the books. Pulling off the track, Sullivan in the 34. Here's Hirschman with Moore, Crouch, and McLaughlin. Dragon, and then the 66 of Perry. Here's Moore. He's looking inside Hirschman. There's contact in the corner. Tire smoke, and they come together. Hirschman goes around. Moore goes underneath, and Hirschman is up the banking and out of the way. Back under caution. Hirschman still running. The caution is out. Moore will continue to protect the inside. Here comes Crouch. Moore pulls away down the straight. McLaughlin is closing in on the leaders. Mike McLaughlin may be a player before this race is over. We've got 5 laps to go now. 5 to go. McCabe gets around Dragon. McCabe moves into the top 5. He's on the outside of Ferry. Dick McCabe driving like a man possessed now. The Danger Angel, the Irish Angel, takes off, and he's into 4th. Crouch only has 3.5 laps left to take this lead. Moore, Crouch. Here's Crouch to the inside. Moore shuts the door. McLaughlin continues to close. Moore continues to close. 2 laps to go now. 2 to go for Kelly Moore, Robbie Crouch, and Mike McLaughlin. Around comes Hirschman. Will he sit there? He comes back on the racetrack. McLaughlin trying to close. White flag, and the 38 has spun on the backstretch. Here's Crouch. Here's Hirschman. What's going to happen? Hirschman in front of Moore. Here's Crouch. Hirschman is in there for a pick. They push him. They shove to the line. It's Robbie Crouch. Crouch, as Hirschman took out Moore. And Crouch picks up the victory.
5 laps to go. Back at 3rd place, it's still McCabe, and he has distanced himself from Schrader quite a bit. 6th and 7th, Morgan Shepherd and Joe Bessie, only a couple of car lengths apart, but not as close as this.
Boy, Kelly Moore really pulled back up on the back of McLaughlin then. I don't know. He may have something for him right here.
Look how he gains on it going down in the corner. Makes up a lot of distance getting down in each corner. But you can see how much lower he's able to run than McLaughlin. That's where he's been his strong suit all day long.
Mike McLaughlin, there's your 3rd place car, Dick McCabe, in the black 0. And up front, Kelly Moore has caught right back up to the race leader.
Now see, he's back off of him a little bit, but where he's really good is they go down in this corner, he's been able to drive right up on the back bumper every time.
And Schrader has caught Dick McCabe again in traffic.
Traffic cost Schrader some distance also. It's just a matter how you catch him. What part of the track?
I don't know about you, Neil, but I'm proud of McCabe. At 59 years old running a race like that, that's super.
Boy, and it is hot out there, too. Here we go. We see him close up. We see Kelly Moore close in. McLaughlin beat him up off him a little bit, but it looked like Kelly Moore's strong part is getting down in the corner. That's where he's going to make his gains on him.
McLaughlin leads McCabe by 21. McCabe in 3rd place. Won't lose much ground here. 2 laps to go. And a lapped car. Just ahead of McLaughlin. That's Mark Purcell, who spun earlier, now getting way to the inside, letting the leaders go past. And it'll be white flag time.
Yeah, McLaughlin's got enough lead. He's got a little bit to play with right there. He can give him up a little bit in each corner, not make a mistake, still pull this thing out.
Mike McLaughlin down into turn number 1. For the final time, Kelly Moore is going to pull it right up there. Hard on the throttle off of 2. McLaughlin, that little bit wider line might have gained him a few feet there.
McLaughlin's got more work to do yet, but it looks like he's going to win this thing. He's got to hurry and get in another race car here right quick.
He has already won a doubleheader at New Hampshire, and he is halfway to it again. Mike McLaughlin. Coors Extra Gold Olds wins over Kelly Moore, and Dick McCabe beats Ken Schrader to the line.
Robbie Crouch got a piece of Mike Stefanik. And Stefanik goes spinning as his right rear tire goes on him in turn number 4. So 5 laps up of the Winston Racing Series scoreboard. Robbie Crouch gets a piece of the back end of Mike Stefanik. And look at the section that is missing on the Auto Palace Valvoline sponsored number 6. Sherry Marquis and Gigi Gravel. They're up in the loose stuff, and Gravel goes around. Trouble now, the leader goes around in turn 1 and 2. Might be a good battle coming up. Trouble now, Hirschman and Markham come together.
2 car lengths back from McCabe is your third place runner, Robbie Crouch. Car number 48. Tic-Tac Oldsmobile machine, the Avery Motorsports entry, having another fabulous run here. Of course, Crouch, the winner of your most recent NASCAR Busch North Show, the SDP Auto Palace 150, this past Wednesday night down at Don Honig's High Bank, the 5/8 mile facility, Thompson International Speedway. Crouch, the victor in that fine 150-lap affair, and he's having another fabulous run here this afternoon as he currently runs third with 141 in the books in the GMC Trucks 150. Keystone Kenny Wallace, car number 40, gets the black flag. Billy Ryder shows the black flag to car number 40. They are closing in. We understand his car is full. The 40 machine of Kenny Wallace will no longer be scored here in this event. 143 now. 143 in the books. 7 remaining. Just 7 laps to go for Milton, Vermont's finest. One of the greatest short track drivers ever to come out of the Green Mountain State. Bobby Dragon, your leader in car number 71. 6 laps remaining now for Bobby Dragon. Dick McCabe running out of time. Looks like he may have to settle for that runner-up position this afternoon. What a fine run these gentlemen are having. Crouch now looks to make his charge on the second place automobile of McCabe. Crouch brings the Tic-Tac EJ Prescott Oldsmobile up closer and closer now to the back of the McCabe automobile. Sticks the nose down low off of turn 4. Does Crouch have what it takes to get by McCabe here, who has steadily hung on to the runner-up position for so very many laps? Time running out, though, as we're going to complete the 147th lap this time by. 3 to go here in the GMC Trucks 150. 3 laps remaining here. And for those of you like myself who are keeping track of the young up-and-coming rookies, Keith Lamell, driver of car number 98, the McIntyre Fuels Lamell Lumber Machine, and car number 98, your highest running Penrose Challenge rookie at this time. White flag for Bobby Dragon, just a quarter mile left. And Dragon will take the 71 machine to victory lane. 1 lap remaining now for Bobby Dragon. Car number 71. Dragon works through turns 3 and 4. Oh, we're cutting close. And checkered flag flies. We had a scary moment here in the last lap, folks. But Bobby Dragon, your winner in the GMC Trucks 150.
on the 8 of LaBelle, the 10 of Dugan, and now car number 76 of Tommy Bowles also involved. Also car 13 of Teddy Christopher, and it looked like Wayne Dion got a little piece of that too.
And the
Truex off the pace in the number 56 slows to the rear of the field. Turning on down the backstretch, a battle for the lead as Doyle tries to cut down on the inside, mixes it up with Meserve. Meserve gets turned around and tagged by Barney McRae. Several cars involved up in the third and fourth turn.
Coming on strong, the 09 of Steve Park. Meanwhile, the 84 goes spinning on the backstretch, bringing out the caution. He does a 360.
Steve Park battling for position, spins in turn number 2. He had been running third at the time. He gets the car back under its own power, and he'll pick up at the rear of the field. But in turn 2, the defending champion of the Carquest 150, Tommy Bowles, gets sideways. That'll collect several of our competitors. Bowles straightened it out for a moment, but now spins again on the infield grass down on the backstretch.
Jamie Obie also slipping and sliding through the wet infield, trying to get back, get traction. And the 76 of Bowles and Doyle back underway. Jamie Obie.
And another spin up in front. That's Mike Stefanik and Jeff Berry get together. Now Stefanik gets slammed as his car was at rest.
Raleigh's getting with him. I'm over here, and if we get a word from Mike Stefanik, he looks a little dejected. Mike, can you let us know what happened out there?
I ain't got nothing to say.
Not a happy camper.
No, sir, not at all. Mike bidding for the lead in that bid with Kelly Moore.
6 and 7, they touched right before the starter stand. We mentioned that battle could intensify. Whether or not those two incidents are related remains to be seen.
Top spot. Olsen would do well to drop down. There's contact between Olsen and Sullivan. Sullivan spinning to the inside. Olsen hangs on in second place into the runner-up spot. Bristol dives to the inside of Obie. There's contact again, and Jimmy Obie will go around Obie. In 4, Bennett loses momentum. Bennett now contact with Dale Shaw. Bennett spins in turn number 2. Hertruck spins as well. Dragon is third. Now Bowles is sideways to turn number 3. There's contact with Dragon. Caution will be on the speedway. Again, now definitely closing the gap to Branscombe. They will be in lap traffic very shortly. Elmore spins around in turn 4. Kelly will refire. Kelly will remain on the lead.
Coming on strong, the 21 of Eric Bodine. Off the turn they come. Mike Duquette. Boys, contact Kelly Moore and the 77 of Brian Wall. Also involved. Fluid running down on the racetrack. Heavy damage to the 77 car. This car pulls right out as the caution flew.
Hey, Ben Raleigh, I'm down here with the man who currently runs second in the points. Kelly Moore, tough break for you. Can you get this car back out?
We sure hope so. You know, we got come off the corner there, and the 77 and I got together. I'm not really sure what happened, but just unfortunate for the Tic Tac car that we got together in a qualifying race like this. It's, we're going to have to go back and work hard now.
Doesn't look that bad, though, huh?
No, I think we can get it back together.
Okay, that's Kelly Moore, driver of the Tic Tac, sponsored race car back upstairs.
Well, you can bank on the fact that the crew is already starting to prepare to put that car back together. Kelly Moore runs just as fast across the racetrack as he does from behind the wheel of his race car.
Obie and Duquette appearing to make tonight's Napa Auto Parts 125. Contact between McRae and Bully.
Well, the Allen Drug car, you can see the antifreeze just running from beneath the front of the car as Booley was sideways and Drug had no place. Marquis inch by inch thinks he can. Oh, the two come together. Crouch and Marquis lock horns. And Cherry Marquis, with a little bit of help from Robbie Crouch, goes around. Robbie Crouch, it's too tight of a quarter mile. And things will happen, and they do. There's the 6 car being brought in, the Auto Palace number 6 for the stop-and-go penalty.
Once again, struggling this afternoon is Mike Stefanik in the number 51 as he is a lap down to the leaders. Leaderboard still shows the 55 of Brad Layton in third. The 29 of Dave Dion now has been passed by the 15 of Jerry Marquis. But Marquis is going to be caught between perhaps a lap car and himself. Cars come together down into turn number 1. Jerry Marquis and the number 1 collide. All the drivers do a nice job of getting on the brakes to avoid the 15 and the number 1. And of course the field is under caution. Tom Tone out of Locust Valley, Long Island, New York in the number 1. Race leader Andy Santerre will have to negotiate his way out and around about 4 cars ready to go another lap down to the leader. Passing flag out for those cars. Santerre now working to the outside of the number 5 of Barney McRae. Then he will have the 28 of Billy Penfold and the number 26 to work around, the 26 of Scott Booley. Dale Shaw seemingly with an opportunity to close it up on the race leader, really hasn't been able to close the gap as Andy Santerre quite smoothly works around the lap cars. Shaw seems to be closing it in just a little bit on the race leader. Dave Dion working now to the low side, seeing if he can get in and challenge Brad Layton. Will get boxed in behind the number 5. White flag is coming out this time by 1 lap to go. Andy Santerre. Fairly comfortable advantage being maintained over Dale Shaw. Brad Layton in third, Dion in fourth. Checkered flag is out. Andy Santerre captures the Prime Star 150 over Dale Shaw. Brad Layton, Dave Dion, and Robbie Crouch for the top 5.
As Jeff Fuller sails across the start-finish line. Took Jeff a long time to win this event with the NASCAR Modified. Finally did it in 1994 as he dominated that event with the Scott and Patty Banks' Sheba Racing entry. And here today, in the ST Motorsports, Vic Kangas-led team, he finds himself with the lead rolling into this racetrack. Think about this, Jeff. Here, this is only his second run ever in a Busch car at Thompson Speedway. He did run one race. I believe it was in the 94 season. He drove the, I think, the Ricci entry in a Busch North race here at Thompson Speedway. Ran very well in the event. Had a great run, and then went out and ran well in the Modified as well. And it's really only Jeff's second start. Most of the crew talking to them, they weren't aware that Jeff would ever run a heavy car like this here at Thompson Speedway. And they are certainly finding their way to the front up here and running very well. Experience pays as both drivers up in front certainly doing many, many laps here at the big team. Brad Layton, pretty much a rookie here at Thompson and a rookie in this division, finding himself in third. That's where he finished in June, and he did finish behind Mike Stefanik, who had a second spot in that event behind Joe Marquis.
It's going to be a long, tough road for him to hoe. Meanwhile, Fuller seems to be opening up the advantage just a little bit over Mike Stefanik as the 42 of D'Alessandro has come to a stop. Well, no, he doesn't refire. He's now trying to get back underway.
has opened up a straightaway lead as Doug Dell pulls around. Stefanik still there in second, conserving the car. Remember, Stefanik does have 2 tires left to put on. Fuller has none. He is pretty much used up his allotment of 6 tires. Quite possible. Situation should arise, but pretty tough to give up the lead near the end of the race like that. But we'll see what happens. Still a long way to go. 4 laps remaining. Matching the car number on that Sunoco Chevrolet.
At this point, Jeff is able to drive the racetrack in a manner that really is not breaking up the tires. And it also
brings out the caution.
Because guess what, boys and girls, the skies are beginning to open up.
Still green flag racing, though, here in the Carquest 150.
Down the backstretch. And we've still got some problems coming out of turn 4. Through up in turn number 3.
And that's Brijo one more time. Brijo has had his problems with that set of corners, the final set of corners here at Stafford. He's learning the hard way. You can't attack 3 and 4 the same way you attack 1 and 2. About 3 or 4 cars back, you'll find the red, orange, and black number 15 of Jerry Marquis. He's in second place, still working his way around Billy Penfold. This time, Ted Christopher involved.
And he mixes it up with Brad Layton in the 55. 76 car down low, fighting for that number 4 spot.
Trouble in 3.
Several cars going around. Has picked up, as has Robbie Crouch. So it's a 4-way battle for that 3rd spot now. Up in turn number 3, the 56 of Truex goes around, and he is rammed by Jason Manafort. Heavy damage to the front end of the 56 car. Manafort with no room to run, plows right in.
Thanks so much. Now here we go. Billy Ryder stares him down. 150 laps in their future, and the green is out with Kelly Moore getting the jump.
Kelly leading into turn number 1. Neil Shaw riding high, trying to stay alongside. He won't quite do it as Kelly comes out with the lead down the back straightaway. Truex falls in the 3rd, safe here, 4th, side by side to 5th. Fast qualifier Marquis now moving up on the outside of Andy St. Terre.
Jerry Marquis puts the O'Connor number
now going into the turn. Ford not making a challenge this time. However, contact here on the front stretch as Dave Dion gets together with Brad Bennett, Denny Doyle also.
90 machine of Herb Drug, and now trouble in turn 2. Jerry Marquis makes contact with Eric Bodine. Lee Sherwood piles.
140, 10 to go. Look at Dragon coming down to the inside, trying to move Fenton. Now he switches and goes to the outside in 3. Nothing there. Jamie Obey has that Pontiac running back just behind these front 4 in 5th spot. The black number 25, and then it's Brad Layton in 6. And he kind of breaks. Stockwell is pulling away. Imagine this. First time out in this car. Wow, some smoke. Did I see some smoke on the 96? I thought I saw some smoke roll out from underneath there, buddy.
Well, you can't tell as much as when they go through traffic, you can see the sheet metal a little rumpled on that car. Hopefully it's nothing bad. I do see some black oil on the back of that car right in the middle.
Dion holding on to him, and remember that windshield a little earlier on Dion had some fluid. Throwing down fluid, you have to get caught in your own oil. 144 and 6 to go. Stockwell leaps out in front again by 2 car lengths.
I tell you what, he might be smoking, but he's flying too.
Kip Stockwell down to the final 5. Pulls away by 3 car lengths. Dion is being challenged by the blue number 16 of Stud Fett. Laps running down. This is going to be an upset if Stockwell can hold on in the 96. Final moments. And a local driver may pull an upset here. 147, 148 this time. Some cars beginning to smolder here at the end, and 2 to go. Dragon looking to the outside. Stockwell holding on. Dion coming back.
Stockwell's looking at the 51 there. Stefanik is smoking, throwing fire back in his face, but he hadn't lifted. He's still in her.
White flag and 1 to go. Final lap. Dion to the inside. Stockwell fends him off. Wide oval down to 2. Can he hold it one more time? Dion looks him over, looks to the inside, coming down to the line. It's going to be Stockwell, the winner. Stockwell defeats Dion and 63-year-old Stub Fett, who drove his very first race on this track more years ago than he cares to remember, has one of his greatest nights as he comes home in 3rd.
There is Ricky Craven. He's getting gone, Matt.
Eli, I talked to Kevin Caldwell's creature. He told me the reason that Ricky went ahead and took over the top spot because his car picked up an arrow.
Bring it right down, David.
Obviously, there's a problem now with the 8 car.
Dave Dion, a major problem. The right front is gone. It's taken out sheet metal. How about this for the championship to change around here?
Well, this is just a tough break for your point leader, Dave Dion. You know, he slowed down there a couple laps before that, buddy. Evidently, the tire was going down, and obviously now he's got big trouble. He's going to get this thing down in pit road and try to get some tires on it. No yellow flag, though, so this is a green flag stop.
Of course, as the top man in points, he's pitting all the way down at the turn 1 end of the pit road.
Eli, they'll have to get that fender off there and get him back in this race somehow because, like you say, the point standing's up for grab here. You can see him getting the right front ready to put on there, but they'll have to shear that fender off before they can do anything. He said as they didn't do it.
Dave was in 6th, Glenn, when the problem happened.
Yeah, he was, Eli. I made my way down to the very end of the pit wall so I can get a better look. And you're exactly right, buddy. They're taking the snips to it now and cutting that right front fender off. He has gone 1 lap down. The air hose was hung on the front, and it tripped his brother Roger with the crew chief. He's okay. He's up. And
you can see Christopher's car also getting a little loose in the back now as he's having to drive a very different line as he goes by the floor cars. So anything can happen. It's not over until the checkered flag falls.
No trouble getting around John Serbone. James Brown is just ahead of them. This has been a good battle also. Dragon and Carey. Bobby Dragon in the number 7 and Tom Carey in the 42. Anderson in the 1. That is 11th, 12th, and 13th. Meanwhile, waiting and watching to see what happens in this battle and what happens with a couple of laps to go among the race leaders right there, Ted Christopher and Kelly Moore.
Christopher's just able to get off the corner strong enough and fast enough to keep Kelly Moore those 4 or 5 car lengths behind him.
I think that has a lot to do with his ability to adjust to the modifieds. The modifieds is all car control, so he's very used to taking care of his race car and his tires at the same time.
There's a quick look at Mike Stefanik in the 51. He's running 4th ahead of Jerry Marquis in 5th. White flag is in the air for Ted Christopher, trying to put together his second win of 1997 on the Busch North Series, and what would be his 3rd career Busch North Series win. Kelly Moore gave it a good effort. Ted Christopher will start 8th in the modified event, wins here in the CMT 100 for the NASCAR Busch North Series. Started 5th, and it's his 2nd New Hampshire International Speedway victory.
They come. It's still at the line. Jerry Marquis, Dave Dion in the number 6 spot, and damage down the front stretch. Several cars in trouble here. Goes into turn number 1, goes to the inside of Martin, and let's see if he can complete the move. Contact on the front stretch. Brad Layton able to get out of it okay after tangling with Jamie Obey.
Is starting to close in on our 2nd place car. That would be the 15 of Marquis. Problem in 4. We got 1 car around, and everybody else will try to take a base of action.
Here we go now. Contact. Problems. Our leader almost gets picked up.
Flag will fly. Fuller will take the lead once again with car number 84. Rettenmeyer still says that problems on the front straightaway. See, we got several cars involved. Joe Riola is one of them. A aircraft number 42. Trouble right in front of the leaders. Ricky Fuller's playing for keeps. Teddy's up, and away. Fuller sets the pace in that specialized machinery. Down the back straightaway. Swanson and a ton. With a light machine, the 55. There's a wheel and parts all the way down. Truex is also involved in the melee here. Wow.
5 laps to go. Like Kelly might have been saving something.
Well, yeah, that's the cat and mouse game of this division. You know, when you don't change your tires, you know you've got to sit there and save them. I think Kelly's got a little something left here for the end.
Eli, just what I was telling you. Use that advantage of being the lead car and catching them and using that timing to get by where it was an advantage to him and a disadvantage to 2nd.
Now further back, 6th and 7th. The 6th place car on the left of your screen, Bobby Dragon. 7th place is Mike Stefanik, who does not appear as though he'll grab the New Hampshire double today. Couldn't quite pull a deuce out of his sleeve. He might just be able to grab 6th spot away from Dragon. Closing in, and meanwhile up front, the leader has gone around Eric Bodine. They're the 21 Bully Hill car, and Dale Shaw is right on him again.
Dale Shaw looking to the inside there. Kelly Moore's car is kicking out in the center part of the corner. He's got a fender under him.
Had a fender on him.
Yes, and Shaw could have spun him real easily. Yep. Backed off. Wants to win it cleanly if he can.
Well, they better go, because just behind them, Brad Layton has turned on the afterburners. He is really moving in on our 2 lead cars.
Only 2 laps to go, though, as they come back to the stripe. 2 laps to go. And Shaw will look to the inside, but there's not going to be anything there.
What he's doing there is trying to get Kelly Moore to look in the mirror and get a little bit offline if he can distract him just a little bit, because I tell you, Kelly Moore is strong.
A lap and a half to settle it.
I'm telling you, Brad Layton's catching these guys like they have the brakes on. I mean, look at this. He's closed down to less than 15 car lengths. Eli, he's going to run out of time, not car.
He's going to need more than a mile to do it. The white flag is in the air. One more time around. Kelly Moore, who won on our telecast here in May, trying to double it up here this afternoon.
Brad Layton's giving it a college try here. He's going to try to get Dale Shaw for second. He's really driving that car hard into the corner. About 5 car lengths behind him going up the back straightaway.
Got some black cars just in front of our leaders. They head down in the corner there. I don't think they're going to be a factor, though.
Kelly Moore is going to win for the 4th time at New Hampshire International Speedway. His 2nd win of the year. Kelly Moore wins it. A happy bunch of folks.
How about it, Ralph? What's happening with Dion?
Well, the best way to tell what kind of a night Dave Dion is having is to listen in on his radio to find out how much chatter he has. Tonight, he is absolutely silent. We're 98 laps in, and he hasn't said a word. That means to the crew, Dave Dion is having an excellent night. When he is very quiet, they know he is very focused and settled into his job.
This is the one track that he loves the most. As I mentioned earlier, his mother only went to one racetrack, and she was the first one on the bus every week, and she'd wait an hour or so for the boys to get the thing together and get her to Thunder Road to see him around. Whoa, we got trouble
here.
Down here in turn 2. And Dion gets hit. The leader gets crashed. Mike Olson is in it, as you can see. The number 61 and the 42, Tom Carey, gets collected. And Dion took a pretty good wrap that turned him. See him checking that car out? Oh,
he's got a flat right there.
The leader, Dion, has got to pit. He almost made it through a scant 3 feet. Would have carried him in there. Just turned 4. Narrows down real quick, and here comes Demers. Battle for the lead. 14 in front, 86 in second. Time running out. 7 to go. In the Jiffy Lube, 150. Demers snaps it out of that corner and comes after him.
As he does that, Bobby Dragon in the 85 just in front of him. A guy that has a lot of experience here. Tracy Gordon doing a great job, but look at Demers. He's less than a car length back in 2nd place.
He's coming after him. Herb Drug stays in 3rd. He's been a very consistent 3rd, but the battle is right here for the lead. Time running out and 5 to go. Typical Thunder Road finish coming up.
Bobby Dragon giving him the outside there, takes the low line. He's going to leave it up to these guys to fight it out.
With 4 to go. Tracy Gordon, strong main in front. Green Mountain Boy running in 2nd. Butch North Series at the road. 3 races left in their series following this. There's your leader. There's 2nd place. Down into the final moments. It's still Tracy Gordon out in front. Rookie of the Year in 1997. Tracy Gordon's got it all hooked up. 2 to go. And he gets an advantage. Pulls away by 4 car lengths.
Puts a lap on Mike Stefanik as they go down the back straightaway into turn 3. You can see Tracy Gordon has this car flying around here. Dennis Demers, if anything's losing some weight.
White flag, 1 to go. Dion is back to 5th. But he's not going to be a factor in the finish. In fact, no one is going to be a factor for Tracy Gordon. He's going to hang on through the Widowmaker. Final time, checkers are down. And it is Tracy Gordon out of strong Maine. Looking tough here tonight like an Iron Man.
Bobby Dragon in 3rd. Jeff Taylor 4th. Dennis Demers in 5th. Pace car is in. They pick it up at turn 4. Green is out. Tracy
working his way up. The machine has smoke coming out of it. Caution on the speedway. Run in the Pro Stock division. He's run late models. He can get the job done. And right now, one car goes up in smoke. Car number 7 of Dale Shaw takes a peek to the outside of car number 16. They rub a little bit there as now Kovalek gets sideways.
Game of the night here probably goes to Matt Kovalek for, again, what could have been a serious situation if that car had gone all the way around up in turn number 4. Instead, he did a half slide, but yeah.
Lincoln is your leader. Tom Carey is second. Tracy Gordon is third. Fourth is Dave Dion. Now a problem up in turn 4. Two cars get together, and our leaders almost got involved as well.
Have for our leaders.
That's right. He's had a good car. Always one car goes spinning down. Down in fifth is Jamie Albee. Your leader now works in turn number 2. One car up in smoke in turn 2. Whoa, and Tom Carey just gets by the machine. Taking off turn 4. Taking on the New England Ford Heroes 150. Tom Carey 2.
Drag race heading towards turn 3. And taking a look on the inside is car number 14. He wants to make it a 3-car tussle. That's Tracy Gordon. Runs out of racing real estate as they go to turns 3 and turn 4. This side-by-side contest takes its toll as Carey and the Les Cares Kitchen, number 47 of Kelly Moore, come together across the stripe. Trouble in turn 4. Barney McRae, car number 5, makes contact with the wall, comes back across the racetrack. Ayrton Chevrolet comes across the stripe in the dual checkered flags of Billy Ryder to win this 1999 Carquest 150. Following him is Jeff Taylor. It looks as if Dave Dion unofficially has been posted in the 3rd spot. 4th position will go to the 14 of Tracy Gordon. 5th spot to the 59 of Jerry Marquis. Got in the outside.
Right here in turn number 4. The 84 of Fuller goes around right in the third contact with the 32 of Quarterly. Gypsy, the 21 of O'Dine, has joined in as well. They've all bunched up.
Dion, a family-run operation as well, and he is on the point with Taylor on the outside. We've documented Taylor's rise to stardom as we have Dion on the brake, they get on the accelerator, and they are side panel to side panel down into turn number 1. Frame problems as well. No caution is on the racetrack from 62.
Right here in turn number 3. The 61 goes around the all-pilot Kovalek. The Doyle machine as well as heavy damage to the front-end machine as now the rest of the field makes the way off turn 4.
It's an Oklahoma land rush back to the yellow flag of Bill.
They look all set. This should be a great battle now as Dion gets on the throttle, heading it back to you.
Boy, Dave Dion just knows how to mash the gas, and that was the advantage over Phil Penfold as they go into turn number 1. Trouble out, and leader goes spinning. Penfield, we've got a big pile down there in turn 1, Jackie. And Matt Kovalek just tried to carve his way through in the Mohegan Sun Casino. Number 40 stayed with the gas mashed and just about escaped. And caved in, sparks flying off like the 4th of July. And to wonder if maybe the hood took a little Viagra there because it's just straight up and down. It's got to be tough tonight. Negotiate your way around the racetrack when you have your visibility totally obscured. Of an up and down run in this event as well. Remember, he spun earlier. He did not go down a lap at that point. Trying to get to the inside of the Bodine machine. Eric Bodine is strong the
Trouble right here in the middle of turn number 3. The 77 of Wall goes around right in front of the field. And some eyes of right now, they have all made it by as they come off turn 4.
Dale Shaw looks to follow him to the inside of Kelly Moore. Shaw takes over 3rd as they hit the back straightaway. Shaw now 3rd. Moore still trapped on the outside as Tracy Gordon moves underneath him. So Kelly Moore, the early leader,
race leader Kelly Moore. Tracy Gordon in the number 14, trying to get up and do battle with race leader Kelly Moore. Put a blanket over the top 5 as things have closed up considerably. Here comes Dale Shaw on the outside, making a bid to the outside of the 55 now. Tracy Gordon looking for room down on the inside. Couldn't find it as the 47 hangs right down on the rail. Meanwhile, Dale Shaw with a strong run, looking to the outside of the 14 of Tracy Gordon now. Kelly Moore doing a nice job with all kinds of pressure on the outside from Dale Shaw. Whoa, we have a tangle right here on the front stretch. Have a car up into the infield, the number 7 of Paul Richardson. Kelly Moore and Dale Shaw go at it side by side. Shaw puts a fender up on the backstretch. Dale Shaw trying to take it over out of turn number 4. Looks like he may do so. Around the number 47. Whoa, they come together, and here comes Tracy Gordon. Tracy Gordon up the inside as Dale Shaw gets way up high, and around goes Kelly Moore. That will put the field under caution as both the 60 and the 47. Signal is out, 2 laps to go now. Mike Olson trying to close it up to get a late race run at the leader. White flag is out, 1 to go. Tracy Gordon looking to make it 2 in a row here at the Beach Ridge Motor Speedway. His clear track, it looks like he will hold off Mike Olson. Checkered flag out. Tracy Gordon over Mike Olson. Dion, Dale Shaw, and Brad Layton for the top 5.
Number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've come to see. We are green and racing here at Safford. Moore leads them down to the bottom of turn 1. Right there on the outside. Here comes the Indian Warrior. Trouble in the mid pack of cars. One car goes spinning. It is Brad Layton. Terry Heath and Joe McCarthy and gets slammed by Barney McRae. Barney McRae had no place to go. The 41 had spun like a top directly in front of him on the racetrack.
As they come down off of turn 4, Olson had his hands full a moment ago, was able to get by the 61, or the 40.
Down the first straightaway, Paul Richardson, Dave Dion, and Dennis Ramirez make contact. The car that hits at a ton is the number 7 machine for Paul Richardson, who's your leader. Battle is for second trouble now off turn number 4. Jamie Arby, Dave Dion, and the Oler number 9 machine make heavy contact.
And off of turn 4, the 86 wheeling.
Oh, problems here on the front stretch. A couple cars getting together, including the number 1 of Jerry Marquis.
Johnson and Michael. Top 5. Finishes first. White through traffic in the Western Kitchen Chevrolet. Getting around Brian Drew. Trying to get around Brian Drew. Out of shape on the front straightaway. Tagtails Quarterly. And Christopher, for the second time today, slides down to the infield. Kenny Christopher goes spinning like a top. Quarterly comes back and slides out of the racetrack. Kip Stockwell had no place to go. Literally got airborne beneath the TechNet Carquest professional billboard.
Let's hear it for Brad Layton. The winner today is Stafford Motor Speedway. Donuts on the front stretch by Mike Olson, your 2001 Busch North Series champion.
Once again, the statistic of no lead changes is deceiving. The NASCAR Busch North Series 150-lap feature saw Mike Olson in the Little Trees yellow number 61 start on the pole and in an inspired drive go wire to wire. This battle between the number 44 Vandy Santerre and Dale Shaw's number 60 was typical of the great action taking place all around the track. The number 96 of Mike Johnson had a wild ride. While trying not to lose a lap to the leader, he lost control, got airborne off turn 1, and flew hard into the outfield.
Santerre down the inside. Santerre up to second place. Dion trying to come up to fourth.
Awesome racing continued to go on behind the leader, Mike Olson, even late in the race.
Back straightaway, side by side. Brian Hoare on the outside. Santerre on the inside. Dion is moving through. Andy Santerre into second spot. Santerre chasing down the leader. Dion gets to the inside. Dion to fourth. Number 29, Dion, all the way to fourth. Look at Santerre. Santerre closes. Car length after car length. Santerre trying to catch the 61. Dion goes to the inside on Brian Hoare. Andy Santerre moves up. Dave Dion down to the inside for third. Dion in 29 on the inside, going for third place. Dion pushing through, showing 2 laps. Santerre is there. Back straight away. The 44, Santerre trying to get around Dale Shaw. White flag, 1 to go.
But in the end, no one could catch the number 61 of Mike Olson.
Final lap underway. Here they come for the finish. Olson will win it. Wow. Talk about a finish. Jamie Obey ends up across the line on top of a car.
Dale Quarterly also in that mix, along with Joey McCarthy and Bobby Dragon. So, wow, what a 4-car battle right here. Eddie McDonald, a lot of pressure for Kelly Moore, and keep an eye on that battle for third. McDonald right at the back bumper of the number 47. They will move out around the 12 of Kerry Heath. Oh, caution, a melee between 3 and 4. Brad Layton up off the high side of the track has the car under power. Laps winding down and we go to caution. Last lead lap car, I'm told, is the number 22. Pace car ready to turn left onto the infield pit road. This is it. Getting ready and back to green at turn number 4. Mike Johnson with a quick jump. And wow. He was not going to let things turn around right there on the start. Mike Johnson out there by himself. Mike Olson with Kelly Moore in tow. Can they hang on to those top 3 positions? Here they come to the white flag, 1 to go. Mike Johnson just got to negotiate turn 3
Santerre. We'll see you at the start-finish line.
Checker flag down and down in the Pepsi victory lane. The Johnson Lumber 96, Mike Johnson, your winner. And now Mike Olson walks away with the checkered flag. Hey, you guys sitting in the parking lot. Turn around. I think this one's going to get interesting. An interesting victory lane ceremony. Bruce is ready. Let's go trackside.
Okay, thanks, Andy. Boy, a tough one for the 96. Really jumped the start.